Great. Lots of power. Great. Onegaishimasu.
Onegaishimasu.
No, onegaishimasu.
Got a little bit of loosening up. So just find a little bit wider than shoulder width. Take a nice deep breath in. Stretch up, loosen the spine. Big deep breath in as you come out. Bending down, breathing out. Reach down nice and slow. Curl up. Just follow your own breath. Just go nice and slow. Pace with it. Big deep breath up. Big long deep breath out. Just a couple more times. Last one, let the breath fully out as you come down. Release all the oxygen out. As you want to breathe in, take the body up. Fill the lungs up. Nice deep breath out. Just take it into the shoulders, rolling them out. And mobilize the chest as well, shoulder blades. And forwards. Do it alternating the shoulders, roll it up, let the hip mobilize with it. Okay, around the elbows. Changing direction. Okay, make a fist, a little bit of bracing of the wrist, roll through it. And use the elbow side of the body just to keep the elbow in place. Change direction. Good. Change the hand. Change direction. Good. Keep the fist. Let the body rotate to the back. Out the elbow. Good. Keep rolling out the hips. One direction. So, change direction. Bring the feet together, bending the knees. Good. Just make the kneecaps a bit loose. Check it with the fingers here. Which might mean shifting the leg back a little bit. Then just rub around the kneecap, the palm.
The heel stops.
Yeah. And then work the side of the knee. Just with the palm, the heel of the hand. Working the side around the top. If you feel any kind of tension or painful parts, you can either avoid them or you can go into them. Okay, coming down. Use the hands if you need to, just bring the weight down. Keep the hands on the floor, stretch the legs back up. You can increase it a little bit by pulling the toes towards the face. Keep the hands down, lengthen back down with the knees. Pulling up long. One more time coming down. Lengthen it back. And release the knees. Time them again. Just take them in circles. Okay. And change direction. Good. Stretch them back one more time. Good. Place the weight to one leg. Roll over the toes, nice and carefully. The ball of the foot. Bring it off the floor, rolling out the ankle. One way. Change direction. Release the knee. One way. Change direction. Jump. And then roll out the hip. One way. And change direction. Shake it up a little bit. Press that foot into the ground. Release out the toes. Fold them underneath. Bring the toes up. Pull the foot. Up the floor, circling one way. Change direction. Release the knee. Change direction. Roll that hip. And change direction. The legs come out wide. Sink into the hip. And get the hip below the knee if you can. And just release out the hips side to side. Put a little circles into the hips. Figure of eights. Use the hands as much as you need to. Keep the hands on the ground here, just releasing out the foot now, so bring the knee towards the ground, down that way, just be careful this, you don't put too much weight on the leg. Open the hip, bring it down, pull it back up, bring it down, pull it back up, bring it down, pull it back up, bring it down, pull it back up. Right. Good. Go as far as you can comfortably with it. Great, just find the feet again. Hands on the knees. Press a little bit into them, just find the long back. Press the shoulders, roll them back down. Lengthen up through the body. Good, and then with that length, just press away the knee, look over the shoulder. Keeping the length all the time. Coming back to the neutral position and then take the other side. Just do it in your own time, just a few on each side. Keeping that long, extended all the time. And then with that position, just allow the hand to come down the ankle. If you can. If you can't, just stay at the knee, come down a little bit lower, reach up one side. And just alternating between touching the hand here, rolling up the shoulder, and reach up to the ceiling. Just trace your way up and down the arm. Rotation, keep the hips low as you can, comfortably. Really open up the torso to do it. You can either hold it or you can pulse through it, just choose. And then just find the top position, reach up the hand, just extend it right towards the ceiling. Think about creating length down both sides of the shoulders. Reach, reach, reach a little bit more. Then release out the arm, find the other side. Same thing, just reaching up to the ceiling, trace your way up and down the arm. Go as low as you can, comfortable with the hip. Good. Great. A couple more. Good. And then hold. Reach towards the ceiling. Lengthen through the arm. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Bring the hands down to the center. Extend the legs out. Knees up to the back. So let the hands settle around about the level of the chest, shoulders. Walking the hands out, keep the hips where they are. If anything, lengthen the hips back a little bit. So as if there's someone kind of pulling your hips behind you. Lengthen through the fingers. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Shift your weight into the hands. Bring the feet together at the back. Tread out with the feet. Nice dynamic. Shift weight a little bit more forwards. Bring the knees up to the chest. Find the feet at the back, press through the hands, lengthen through the heels. Great. Find the knees, settle into a tabletop. Just roll out the spine, cat-cow. So you're going to tuck the spine underneath. Breathe out. As you breathe in, really lengthen up the spine. Crown of the head goes towards the ceiling. And then breathe out again. So just follow your own breath, follow your own movement. Curling in. Extending over. Couple more. And just sit back onto the heels, into the 𝗧𝗦𝗪𝗓. So nice and gently with this. Play with bending forwards into it, arms down, curling forwards. And then easy with this, especially if you've got knee injury, let the body go back, lengthen down the knee, all the way back. So just play within this range of motion. Back, if you can get the elbows down, good. If you can get the body down, even better. But just play within range of motion. Forward fold. Folding back. Just within your range of comfort. Good. Great, and then we'll just do this coming standing. So you're going to use the 𝗧𝗪𝗪 position. Yeah. Use the hands as much as you need to. Find the toes at the back. Lengthen the body up, and then just stand up. Okay. So you're just going to basically hinge your body down to the ground. Hinge down. Use the hands as much as you need to. You cannot use the hands at all. You're going to come down. Come back. Come up. Or if you need to use the hands, or use the hands to explore different movement patterns. So you're going to shift down, hinge. Find the knees. Slight extension back. You can also take this into a back bridge if you're careful with it, if you're comfortable with it. Just play with pulling out of the ground. Was a kind of basic pattern, and then just explore different ways of doing it. In a second. No. That's it. Good. Great. Okay. Okay. And then just explore different ways to get into the ground. So explore basically kneeling positions, different kneeling positions, and explore the other thing is the body rotating into it. So as you go down, think about just kind of sitting the body down. You can go into any kind of sitting kneeling position, and then just come up out of it. So nice and easy. You use the hands as much as you need to. You tend to not use the hands in Japanese martial arts because you're using the hands for other things. They're going to be trying to take the weapons and all these kind of things, but use them much as you need to. Come down to any sitting position. It can be on the backside, be on the knee. Work way in and out of the ground. Nice, comfortable movements. Up. Down. Try and make the down and the up smooth as possible, basically. Keep breathing as you're doing it, keep the body in motion all the time. If you feel there's any kind of jerky movements, just run over that pattern a couple of times. Make it smooth as possible. Right. Easy. Nice. Good. 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 So, great. We'll just go down on the floor, just a few, around about 50 or so, just a backwards roll. So make it really soft. Use the arms with this one. So you're going to cycle the leg, roll back down, and come up. I'm going to do about 50. You can follow my pace, follow your own. Keep breathing as you do it. Keep the movement really efficient. So I'm just going to do about 50. So let's hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That kind of pace. Just follow your own pattern if you like. Keep breathing. Allow the spine to flex and mold to the ground. Lengthen and extend up. Great. Really use the hands, really use the legs. Great.
Stop the video.
The video, it's gone.
Now it's okay.
Back on. Repeat. Keep going, a couple more. We're about 2/3 through. Keep going, a couple more, about 20. Keep going. Breathe in.
It's very hard going to the floor over here. I'm full of holes. Oof.
Give about 10 more or so.
Oh.
Okay, good. Pause. Good. Okay,
I have
the variation. There's an easy way and there's a hard way. Which one would you prefer? Easy
No.
or how do you feel?
I haven't got the subject in the floor.
We'll do the easy one for mine. So you can do what I want you to do is this. I'll show you the form. So you do like you're in a press up position. We're just gonna do about 10 or so. You can do 20, but we'll do about 10. So do these nice and slow. Press up, come up to the position, and then for the easy one, you just find the hip, roll back. Yeah, and then pull yourself up into the press up position. Press up, find the hip, roll back, and then pull yourself up. Yeah, so you're doing it in the basic stage. Allow yourself to find the hip first. So we'll try and do them. I'll do them together. You can follow my pace. If you struggle with the press up, you can also do it on your knees. Just kind of come up and then find the hip, roll back, come up, and then come up to this position. Yeah. If you can come up to full press up position. So we'll do it. We'll try it together. So we'll start press up. Find here. You press down. 1. Find the roll. And come back into press up. You'll be moving around the space, so just let yourself go. 2, down, find the hip, roll, find the press up position. 3, find the hip, roll back, find the press up. 4, find the hip, roll back, press up position. 5, hip, roll, press up. 6, hip, roll, press up. 7 and 8 And 9. And the last one, 10. Roll down. Find your press up and just hold it. Hold the position, just settle into it, about 30 seconds or so. 3 big, long, deep breaths. Hold a little bit longer. A little bit longer. Good. Okay, find the knees, make yourself into a tabletop. You're going to extend out one hand, one leg the opposite side, so extend out the fist. One leg goes out, fist goes out. Pull it back, and then change. So alternate hand and foot. Stretching out, make yourself into a long line, as long as you can. Press out, pull back, change. Press out, hold, pull back, change. Press out, hold, pull back, change. But engaging the core all the time through it. So a few on each side. One more on each side. Good. Settle into the table. Just roll out the shoulders. So close the shoulder blades, open them out. Close them, open them out. Close them, open them out. You can try and keep the elbows straight, locked out a little bit. You need to force the scapula to mobilize. And then just pass a circle into the hands, also for the wrists now. Pass a circle in, let the weight shift across the hand. If you're comfortable with it, you can take more of the body weight into the hand. Just be careful of your wrists, but circle one way. Change the direction. Good. Settle the hips back towards the heel. Just lengthen the body, come into child's pose. Keep the elbows off the ground, lengthen through the head. Settle the body down a little bit. Great. Last one. This is one exercise you don't want to do in the gym. You're going to roll the hips over the hands, and see like this. You just roll them back up. So you're rolling the hip through towards the hands. Rolling them back up. Rolling them through. Rolling them back. So you get the whole body rocking forwards, backwards. Couple more. Now just settle the body back down. Stays up. Good. Great. And we'll just work the spine. Last few. Just slightly mobilize the body up and down. So do it from the legs, from the ground. Let the arms release. The shoulders are break. Catch the breath if you're out of breath. Just let the breath settle in. Then it pulls from the core of the body, connect it to the ground. Come up and out the top of the head. Good. Start to shift the weight front and back. Keep the knees, feet in contact with the ground. Just go as far as you can keep those 4 points of contact. Maybe like a wide triangle. Shoulders basically rock over the hip. That's good. So, good. Take it to the sides. Feel all the weight shift into one leg. Keep the other one in contact with the ground, but let the weight really shift that side leg. Really think about opening the rib cage, space in the body. Great. And then taking into a rotation, nice and light. Then try and keep those 4 points of contact on the ground. Just let the arms gently wrap and unwrap around the body. Just check the rotation, basically how far you can look around with the head without forcing it. You might get to look around a little bit further if you lengthen up the body. Last one's really the pelvis, so you're going to fold the pelvis down and then open it up this way. So looks similar to the second one, but it's really about the pelvis basically opening and closing. So open and close the pelvis. Just feel that the legs also kind of want to do this kind of rolling movement. If I get the hip and the pelvis, really mobilizing. And then just let the arms kind of follow it. Bring the arms in now, back in. So let the hands open and close with the body. Good. And then the last one really is centering exercise. Play with like you would do a 𝘱𝘰𝘀𝘀𝗀. 𝘱𝘰𝘀𝘀𝗀, just roll in, do it flexibly so you don't need to be kind of stuck statically in the front. Roll through it, find your extension and bring all these directions together now. So they're all coming in and you're looking for basic balance in the body. So you don't want to feel that you're kind of leaning in, you're kind of pulling backwards. Think big, open, expanded, rounded. You can either go to one side or you can go through the front, just directly into the front, but feel that you're kind of balancing the body down. Equal feeling out as down. Okay? And the down's actually what the out is based on. So the more you can drop the weight and sink down, the more kind of comfortable extended position you can find in the hands. You can also just play with one hand, like roll with it. Really feel the whole body kind of mobilize into it. Strong base in the leg, strong feeling through the hands. A nice flexible spine in between. So great. Just a few more here. Great. Very nice. Okay, find the hands. Shake out the legs. Get some blood back into the knees, ankles. Find the toes at the back. Pull the body up long. Release out the legs again in this position. Gently pull the body up to stand in. Shake the legs out a little bit more. Great. Good. Take a Joe. We'll do some Joe work. So. Yep. So we'll just continue a kind of similar exercise. We'll take it straight into a figure of eight pattern. So take the center of the Joe, let the feet settle into the kind of shoulder width, and just go straight into a figure of eight rolling pattern. Keep again mobility in the hip and focusing. Do this in a kind of progression with this, and then into the figure of eight. Just try and really feel that you mobilize the forearm through it. So that the key spiral work here for the Joe is this kind of forearm rotation. So allow the forearm really to do the movement. Okay, good.
It's so.
Good. Okay, as you do it, just focus on one thing, which is the spine and the central axis of the body. This, and look out for something like this happening, where the body's kind of swaying side to side. Try and feel that the body's there, and it's basically able to mobilize around. So if you imagine like a revolving door, okay, so and you're going to just allow the spine to be the pin of the door, and allow the arms to be like the outside edges of the door, and allow them to kind of roll through. Let the body basically do this, and try and avoid this kind of movement. You can do this movement by just kind of swaying the body, basically. I do that, and then I don't actually mobilize the arm to do it. So what I'm really interested in this movement is this kind of figure eight pattern, which is this rolling movement of the forearm. And if I do it with the body, I basically skip that mobilization. So think about as you do it, the core of the body basically stable. It's not that it's holding position, it's not that it's stuck, but it's allowing the periphery of the body, especially the arm, to fully mobilize, and mobilize basically from a central axis, from a secure central axis. Yeah, good. Good. And then change the hand if you're on the other side, and just see if you can settle into the. Oh, don't hit yourself on the knee. That's that one. Yeah, good. Hit myself on the same point. I don't know what that is. Oh, I got that. Good. Good. That's it. And then go to basically alternating the hands. You're going to take the jaw from the side, let it go. Then notice that the arm wants to kind of do it, and then the body wants to kind of be pulled out. So don't let the arm pull the body out of position. So allow the body to mobilize the jaw without being disturbed by the pattern. Take it as fast as you like, as fast as you can kind of comfortably. Keep the movement grounded, centered. Good. It's a really nice exercise to do for like 15, 20 minutes, really get deeply into it. Good. Great, keep going, nice. Good, and then we'll do one to basically open up the upper space. Just be careful, especially you don't have a lot of space to the side. You want the jaw to be horizontal, and you want to keep the jaw horizontal all the way through. So it's just start with basically one side, and especially if you've not got a lot of space to either side, just do this one side. So you basically curl the jaw up to the top of the head, and then release it down. Curl the jaw to the top of the head and release it down. Again, focus on basically again the central axis. You might notice the body wants to kind of pull up and out of it. So really find the ground, find the feet, and then roll the jaw up, and then roll it down. Roll the jaw up. It's worthwhile doing these a little bit slow. And the key thing, if you can see yourself on the screen, you can see if in a reflection, keep the jaw as horizontal as you can, basically. So you can get away with kind of doing this kind of stuff. You basically twist the body out. So use the horizontal pattern of the jaw. There, on the big there. And then release it all the way down and out. So as horizontal as you can do it. And again, as undisturbed as possible with the body. So you're trying to open up the space with the head. Opens up the shoulders, opens up the joint system as well. That's so the whole body's contributing to the movement, but it's not, the core's not being pulled out to do it. The main feeling in this is, especially what we'll do later, is look at like number 5 and all these kind of movements. As you come above the head, think of the weight draining down. As you bring the hand up, think of the weight would naturally want to settle down. It wouldn't really naturally want to kind of pull up with it. But that seems like the natural thing to do, to kind of pull the body up with it. It's much more natural in the sense you think about weight settles down. So the weight's going to go towards the ground. Knee's going to release. Kind of natural reaction to the weight going above with the jaw in the hand. Good. I'm just going to do the other side, then just watch the space you're in. Keep a nice long extended horizontal movement of the jaw. Keep the shoulder comfortable. And again, weight dropping down. Should you bring the jaw up? Good. Yeah, great. Good. That's it. Just a couple more. One-sided. Yeah, good. Nice. And then if you've got the space, I've got just enough room here to do this, roll up, change above the top of the head, and then bring the jaw down. You can change a few ways with this. My favorite one to do with this is that the hand basically finds the back of the hand this way, and the jaw basically rotates into it. So it requires a kind of release of the arm. So you can, with this again, you can kind of take the jaw at the top and kind of do this kind of thing. But it's a useful one to kind of just find that central point and let the jaw kind of pivot around the top of the head. There's a little bit of a release of the jaw. You work with the center line of the jaw, should be relatively easy. If you lose the jaw, just let it go. Once you don't break anything. Not so bad. So, good. And yet notice, especially now when both arms go up, the tendency is to pull the body up to do it. So as both arms go up, think again about settling down. And it's useful to do a few slow, so you can feel the kind of dynamic that's happening in the body. And if you do slower, the natural dynamic is going to kind of kick in. But the natural or the learned movement to kind of pull the body up won't really work if I do it slow. You'll notice all this tension creep into the body. So allow it to really just be calm, calm, calm all the way through. Looking for a real calm exchange. One of the benefits of jaw work is this exchanging of the grip. Which are really useful later for Takemusu work. Nice. Yeah, great. Good, and we'll do one more. This is really to open up the back area of the body. So take the jaw, again, horizontal in this case. We did it there, now you've got it vertical like this. You're going to take it to the back, just align it into the spine. And then the other hand comes across. Take it however you can. It's going to be, in this case, I'm just below. Exchange, bring it out. So you're going vertical. You can leave the hand at the back and just keep it open. And then it comes up, just exchange it. So it comes up, just exchange it. If you want, you can do step by step, bring to the spine. Take, release, bring to the spine, take, release, or if you've got the movement down, just follow it a little bit fluid. So again, it's to really open at the back. And the other benefit of this exercise, I can't see the hand, so I really can only feel them. So it gets out of the mental image I got of the hands, my connection with the jaw, and I've just got to really go to touch. Just touch. Just touch. So that's nice. Good. And then just combine them. So combine them freely. Use the feet. I'm going to kind of move around a little bit. Use the space that you're in. You can combine this one. You can combine this one. And you can combine this one. And just let the body go a little bit with it. We'll do a couple of minutes. Just freestyle with it. Let the feet go. Let the jaw basically stay in motion. Again, slow is good. Precise, full kind of feeling with the body again. You're looking to be grounded. You look for nice big extension work. You allow the hips to mobilize, the shoulders to mobilize. Just try and keep the jaw basically in motion all the time. Change the body to change the jaw. Face it through. So, if you want to go a bit faster, go a bit faster. You can go slower, go slower. Good. Nice. That's it. Great. There we go. Okay, so there's one movement that we've got with the jaw, which is a kind of nice. I don't do a lot of nunchuck stuff, but there's a kind of quality of movement that you get with nunchuck, which is this kind of whipping quality with the nunchuck. So there's a kind of whip out of it. It's a useful movement to do, and a useful quality of movement, and it's a different kind of quality of movement than we normally do. We've got kind of stabbing movements and slicing movements, but there's a kind of whipping motion, which is also a kind of nice one to do. So play with the jaw again, and think about the end of the jaw. There's a kind of inflection point in the movement when you do so. Obviously, baton twirling is great. Being able to like throw and toss the baton up and all this kind of stuff. I'm not very good at that, but it's also not my interest in it in this case. Think about weight and inflection out of the movement. So if you think about this like slapping motions, slapping motions. There's going to be a point where I basically meet contact and I need the weight of the body to be behind it. So as you do it, especially this one, focus on the point where the body will basically be engaged, and there's a rolling release of the body. Rolling release of the body. This one's also the same. This with the back of the jump. So you can think a little bit of kind of striking points, but make the movements a little. Not that they are totally functional, and that's not the purpose in the sense of these movements. But focus on a little bit more sense that there's weight behind the body. I'm basically being grounded as I do it because it's very easy in this case to do. Very light, very nice, very good, but it's got no weight to it. So focus on weight basically. So as you're doing it, weight in the jump, weight in the jump, weight in the jump, weight in the jump. Different weapons like nunchucks and whips and all these kind of things are useful tools to can train different qualities in the body. Good. That's a couple more. Good. Okay. Great. All right. Nice. Good. So we'll just spend a couple of minutes just on the. We'll do the 𝗧𝗔𝗞𝗜𝗚𝗠. So we'll start with the basic form, and then we'll take it into more of a fluid flowing form. So find the form to the left side. You've got to thrust in. You're bringing the jab to the top of the body. Change and find the strike. Okay. If you've got a low ceiling like me, you might really need to take this into a 𝘥𝘠𝘢𝑵. Let it go into a 𝘥𝘠𝘢𝑵 because we're going to take this into a 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝑵. So you can take this into 𝘱𝘰𝘠𝑪𝑐𝑒, but I definitely can't with the ceiling height. So allow yourself to come into a 𝘥𝘠𝘢𝑵. This one. If you can explore both positions. Just play with nice clear forms. You do it. Good. Okay, good. Okay, good. H. Okay, good. So the kind of beauty in the 𝘰𝘠𝘪 training is this idea of stillness and motion and into stillness. So when you do this, notice we're going to we'll explore this in fluidity. So when you do it fluidly, do it there, do that practice there, but be careful in this case of doing something that's kind of in between. The body's being kind of, doesn't really know what it's doing. So allow yourself in this case really is a pure 𝘰𝘠𝘪 style. This, really find the stillness. And then the training is, how do I mobilize the whole body? How do I find stillness and how do I mobilize the whole body into the movement? Especially the third movement. Focus on really working from a still position. The test of connection work is whether I can move the whole body. If I'm not really connecting, the body's rolling all over the place. It's a kind of poor level of connection in that case. So focus on really using the 𝘰𝘠𝘠𝑵 wisely in this case. So really a considered motion. And that third move is particularly tricky in terms of mobilizing whole body back. Nice. Okay, good. Good, nice. We'll just do one kind of side step with this. Play with getting to this position. So as if you're in like a second 𝗧𝗠𝗞𝗜𝗚𝗏 with the bokken, with the jump. I'm going to use a short jump because of the space. Again, notice one thing, which is the weight needs to basically drain down. If the body's kind of pulled up, my next move is to kind of fall forward and then try and collect the body. So focus as you find the position, grounding the body down. And then what I want to focus on, you might be kind of want to pull to the back. Don't do that for now. Just drag the jaw down into the ground. So you're at the top position here. Find it settle into the ground, release into the front foot, and let all the weight transmit down. So you're dragging the jaw down. So it's in a big arc down. As if the ground's basically pulling the jaw down, and there's no kind of up first or back first. There's just boom down, just being pulled down basically. And the body's going to kind of mobilize forward. That's it. That's it. Good. Okay, so we'll bring the handwork in. Don't worry about the ski now, just this mobilizing. So you're going to bring this movement together. So it's this into one motion. You still do the kind of back surge. So there's still a backwards draw up. There's still the hands come into the center of the jaw. And there's still this release into it. But try and make it fluid now. Again, the key is that the weight's sinking down all the time. So as you go up, the weight's down, the weight's down, the weight's down. So the feeling all the time in the body is that the center is basically hugging the ground down. So this. You need to really mobilize the whole body to do it. But again, the quality of movement now shifts. So the quality is really flexible. The flexibility is the key in this movement. So you go now more towards your 𝘠𝘰𝘬𝘪𝘠 work. Flexibility. It's the key. Yeah, nice. Good. Right, good. Nice. Yeah, good. Very nice. Okay, you can stay at that level if you want to keep working there. See if you can take it, if you want, into a flowing motion. So you're going more now into 𝘰𝘬𝘵. So you're in the 𝘬𝘰𝘬𝘬 now. Just come in and strike. Yeah. So just focus on basically the coordination of it, which is the whole body now comes in and in this way. The key again is the weight needs to basically sink down all the time. So think that the hips are basically hugging the floor all the time. Hips hug the floor in this way. Again, the tendency is the arms come up is to pull the body up out of the ground. Really, you want to be using the ground all the time. So the weight sinking down is how you're going to transmit weight out at the end of the jaw, after the jaw. Otherwise, you just throw the weight out of the body and throw it out of the jaw. And that's useful if you want to throw the weapon at someone, but not very useful if you want to hit them with it and maintain it. So, just there. So, oh, good. 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 And the last week, try and just make it as fast as you can. So do it within your own range, you're going to have comfort, and as much as you can kind of keep it coordinated, but see if you can basically bring it a bit faster. So try and make it kind of instantaneous movement and not basically one and then two. Just see if you can make it one motion. So the 𝘰𝘬𝘵 would generally be used against the response to a ski, in which case I need to bring the whole body into the strike. Should arrive at the same time as a fast ski. And 𝘰𝘬𝘵 basically means like fast rotation, so that it's fast change of the gear. Okay. Whoosh. Do about 10 nice and fast just to finish. Good. Good. Good, and we'll do 5 nice and slow. So it's basically, it's as slow as you can stay in motion. So if you feel like you're going so slow that you basically stall, you need to go a bit slower. So it's like first gear in a car, and then arrive, and then change it. So around about 5 or so, nice and slow And basically slow again as you can stay in motion with the whole body. Rolling, everything should be basically mobilizing through it. So nothing should be stuck. Everything should be moving and mobilizing. That's it. Moving and mobilizing. Couple more. Good. Very good. Good. Okay, just find a shoulder width posture. Find the feet. Just release out the jaw. Just let the jaw weight of it hang. And release the elbows, shoulders. Let the head stretch back a little bit. And open the chest out. Let the shoulders go wide. Keep that grip. So just raise the hands up. Keep the head back. Lengthen it. Let the shoulders drop down. So drop the shoulders down. Reach up to the ceiling. And just play with it. Just mobilizing the shoulders up and down. Rolling them back. Down the body. If you want to, you can lock out the elbows. You don't need to, but it might help just to mobilize the scapula a bit more. Good. Okay, let the jaw go down. Release the hip. Just release out the shoulders. Couple of deep breaths. Let the jaw, the weight of it, just drag the arms down a little bit more each time. Let the jaw rest into the ground with the hands. Find the knees, bend the knees a little bit. Roll up the body to standing. And last one, just to release out the shoulders a little bit. Find the jaw, yeah, just relax it onto the arms. Just roll it out. Just roll out the forearms. Take your breath into a nice natural, kind of deep. And just roll the arms out a little bit. Roll them out a little bit. Good. Good. Super. We will bow it. So. Great. Domo arigatou gozaimashita.
どうも、ありがとう。
どうもありがとうございました。
Okay, there we go.